Merhaba Will Vlog viewers, for this video we are staying in Cappadocia, and I briefly mentioned what Cappadocia was in the last video. Cappadocia is a region in central Turkey, and inside of this region there's several different districts, but the locals call them villages. What you're going to see today is the Goreme village, which is G-O with the two dots above it, R-E-M-E. And the most famous site in this district is the Göreme Open Air Museum, which you're going to see. But a little bit about this area and why all of these rock formations are here. About 2,000 or so years ago, there's a volcano actually pretty close to these villages called Mount Irsis. And a couple thousand years ago, it erupted, and ash and lava formed all these soft rocks in the region, and it covered a pretty good sized portion of the region. So wind and water obviously eroded and made these kind of, weird looking rocks that you see coming out of the ground. But these holes in these caves, these are man-made, they're man-carved. There's a lot of history in this region, but this open air museum basically is a bunch of different churches. Turkey was a safe haven for Christianity back when it was a fairly new religion, and so the people in the Cappadocian region lived inside of these caves, and they also made a lot of these caves their churches. Since there were a lot of illiterate people back then, the only way to teach the Bible was for somebody to tell the story, since people couldn't read the Bible. And they also would paint or draw out stories from the Bible. And so inside of a lot of these churches are these beautiful paintings telling stories from the Bible. Unfortunately, I can't video inside, and there are people inside monitoring you. But I was able to snag some photos from the internet that the museum actually put up. So you're going to be able to see a lot of that. And then I'm just going to let you enjoy walking around the museum and seeing inside of some of these churches and homes.
I am a sinner, was probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Some things I don't understand. Sometimes I wanna be alone. Hey, just don't kill my vibe. Just don't kill my vibe. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music. I would share it, but today I'm yelling. Hey, just don't kill my vibe. Just don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Some things I don't understand. Sometimes I wanna be alone. Hey, just don't kill my vibe. Just don't kill my vibe. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music. I would share it, but today I'm yelling. Just don't kill my vibe. Just don't kill my vibe. Don't kill my vibe. Hey. Oh. My New Year's resolution is to stop all the pollution. Talk too much. I got my drink, I got my music saying, hey. Don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Alright, now we move on to another village called Urgup, which is in the Cappadocia region, and it's very close to Goreme. And what you're seeing right now on the screen is a fairy chimney, and they call them that. They're called like hoodoos, I think, also, and these are kind of found all around the world. But essentially, it's this this rock coming straight out of the ground, and then there's what's like looks like a mushroom on top, or just some other rock, and a lot of them look like somebody just placed it on top of there, but that's actually how they were formed. An interesting note is there's a lot of movies and video games and stuff that were filmed here, or the video games, obviously were based here. And one of the films is Star Wars. There was a lot of the Star Wars, I don't know the town name because I'm not really into Star Wars, but a lot of the scenes from Star Wars were filmed here using these caves. That's what we were told, at least. When you look online, Turkey is not listed in the Star Wars filming credits, but a lot of people do say that the kind of the caves and these fairy chimneys look very familiar to certain scenes in Star Wars. So maybe it's one of those Ripley's Believe It or Not situations. So this is Urgup, and this is the fairy chimneys inside of Urgup. Alright, and the last part of our tour in Cappadocia takes us to Ozkonak, the underground city, or Ozkonak. I'm probably pronounced that wrong both times. This is not the most famous underground city in Cappadocia, but it is the city with the least amount of tourists, so that's why we came here. It's actually not as well lit as some of the other underground cities that I've seen online. It is very, very impressive. It was actually probably built before the Byzantine era, but a lot of these cities, they said, were enlarged by the Byzantines. And I can't remember what war was going on. There seems to be a bunch of wars, so forgive me. But essentially, this was for refugees or the settlers in these villages to go and hide when enemies came. And they could live in these underground cities for up to 3 months. We only went down 2 levels. You can go down 3 or 4 levels in this city, but there are 7 or 8 levels in this particular underground city. You can see the outside there, like the sun shining in. Those are kind of all the way through this underground city, so that obviously they could get air and they could ventilate it. But they could live for 3 months under here, and it's 8 levels deep. It is amazing. There are several rooms that have these big round, like big circular rocks. It looks like something from Indiana Jones. And they would push these rocks to seal themselves off from any enemies that may have came into the underground city, because the enemies knew these cities were there. And then they would seal themselves off, and after we went through one of the rooms with, you can see, right, you'll see it coming up, the rock that seals off. We went up into another room, and I climbed up. It's a little difficult to get into, but I climbed up into this small room, and in this small room, there's a hole in the middle of the floor, and it looks down into the room where the rock would have sealed off and the enemies would have been at, and that's where the refugees or the settlers in there would pour like hot oil. I'm serious, hot oil onto their enemies. So it's very, very cool, this underground city. I kind of wish we would have went to the other one, because it sounds like you can go deeper and it's more well lit. This is the underground city of Ozkonak, again, probably mispronounced. You saw the fairy chimneys, you saw the Göreme Open Air Museum, a hot air balloon ride. That's going to do it for Cappadocia. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Don't kill my vibe. Hey. My New Year's resolution is to stop all the pollution, talk to my